Hi guys, so for today's Busted Out, I have been thinking about these, and I don't know if you can see them in there. It's these wood block stamps I've had for a long time. I think I picked them up at Michael's, I mean, years and years ago. And I never tried them. At least I don't think I did. So what's funny, in the same case, I have the Heidi Swap stuff that I kind of tried out. It's like, kind of like letterpress, but no, what's it called? Screen printing, basically, for cards. And some other things I had tried, but I'm going to pull these guys out. If I have any other supplies listed in the description box, those would be affiliate link listings, I guess, which means I make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. But for these things, I mean, they're super old. I'd be surprised if you can find them at Michael's still or anything like that. But I feel like maybe you guys can help me out with this or correct me. Didn't Anna Griffin come out with something like this? I want to say I've seen designs like this on her site maybe or somewhere. I don't know. As you can see, I had to get all of them, right? So I'm like, no, it's not enough to just... I have to get them all, and then they had rollers, and these are actually rubber stamps, which I think will probably work better. But we have this. I have all these pretties. Oh, this is something I tried a long time ago. Okay. Oh, this one too. Is that it? Oh no, there's another one over here. Okay. So we have all those. And you know what? Just opening this up, I have apparently some card bases. And even though these are color wash, I'm wondering if some of that would look cute, like on top. Don't I have the elephant? Everybody has the elephant. What if we did that and then like Fussy cut them? We'll see. So there's some other fun things in here, or are some other fun things. Stencil. Look at that. Oh, some rub-on stickers. Well, this is awesome. And this is another resist card set, but you can see it says thank you already on there. Very interesting. What else do I have here? Oh, color splash. It's just some more stamps and things. So, pretty cool. We will see. I don't know what to do with these, and I have a feeling these work better with acrylic paint than they would with ink. But I don't know. It's just a hunch because of the wood nature of them. So, I have no idea what I want to do. I think what we should do is just try to stamp and see what happens first. And then maybe we'll be able to make something pretty. But you know me, I always like to just go for it. Maybe pigment ink? Let me grab some inks and we'll see what happens. I just have a rubber mat down just to help me stamp. I think I'll start with something little like this classic look, this little floral. I grabbed some pigment inks. And I grabbed them in a few different colors just to make it fun. I think some of these I haven't opened. You know what? I might have one that's open with this one. I just saw a fuchsia. Oh, that one's not open either. So I don't use pigment ink very often just because it's not the easiest thing to work with. Yeah, okay. So I never opened fuchsia, which is interesting. So let's try this. I hope I don't have to go with acrylic paint because I just don't feel like bringing that out. We will see. Okay. Pigment. I don't really know what I want to do with this. Let me think. Red. Let's go with pink. Oh, that looks pretty. And let's get some blue on here. I know I'm mixing the colors a little bit there. And I'm going to get some purple on here. Since I hardly use these ink pads, I really don't care if they get a little cross-contamination. Oh, I didn't want to get my finger in that. Okay. So this is a stamp mat, so it should help me stamp. I feel like it's very dry. It's very hard to push this. Maybe I should use something more spongy. I want to make sure I'm hitting every area. Ugh, see? That's exactly what I thought would happen. Okay, let's try a spongier base. This isn't super spongy, but maybe it'll work. Ugh, you know what? I'm going to clear everything off and we'll try it again. I'm just going to turn this over and look at that. Pigment ink, yay! Look at this, ugh. Probably going to get ink on here, which I don't want, but oh well. Alright, let's do it again. I'll bring back my colors. And maybe I don't even have to ink it up again because pigment ink is pretty sticky stuff, but just get a little more. Here we go again. This is just the back of my metal mat. But I'm really pushing in on that. I don't know. Better, not wonderful. I'll do it again. You know me, I still try to keep it going, and then I'll just still use this anyway. Let's put it here. That's pretty. And look how it's stamped on there. I'm gonna clean that off later. Do you guys have these? And tell me if you use them or if you just bought them like I did, because they're so pretty and then didn't do anything with them. You know what? I'm gonna put another scrap piece of paper. I don't want to keep putting ink all over, and I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad, but I'm gonna put it right here. Come on. Not bad. I think that's as good as it kind of gets, you guys, unless you're using acrylic paint, and then it might be a little better. Not bad. I mean, it's not wonderful, but it's just what it is. I'm gonna put a little bit more up here. Let's dip in there. Let's dip in here. I don't know if I'll need any more pink, but there we go. Okay, so we have a background. Again, if I touch this right now, it is going to smear really badly. So what's interesting about that, I actually do have something that could set this. It's the Tim Holtz crystal, I think they call it, embossing powder. And it stays kind of like a matte color, like it's not shiny, but look how much juice is on this. It's barely stamps. That looked better. Alright, well anyway, I'm going to wipe this off. I'm going to clean up a little bit here. I do want to stamp the elephant because I thought maybe I would fussy cut him and put him in here somewhere. I don't know what I want to do with this card. Like, do I want to put a little inking on here? Probably do, but it's going to smear that. So I'm going to hit it with the heat tool and see if that helps out at all. It may not, because again, pigment ink is very chalky and it takes a long time to dry, and even at that, it's not actually dry. That's kind of why you want to set it with embossing powder. But let me clean up a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, I hit it with the heat tool. It is still a little bit sticky, so this might not be smart, but I'm going to use this ocean blue water reactive ink and just add some color in here. It was cream colored paper. I cut it to 4 by 5 1/4. Sorry, I didn't mention that before. That is not my favorite look. Oh gosh, I'm very careful blending this part. So I would go a little heavier if I wasn't using pigment inks that I didn't set. So I'm doing this very gently around these edges, and I can see it's already smearing it even at that. Yeah, I remember I used to use, see? Ugh. I used to use them a lot with my, close to my heart, you know, and whenever I would use them, I'm like, why is this, days later, it'll still be wet, you know? It's crazy. But okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then I'm gonna build up on top of that, so I don't really care what's going on there. And then, oh, I was gonna stamp with black ink. Ooh. We'll see if this is gonna work. I don't have a pigment black, I don't think. Oh, you know what? Let's do gold and see if this works. Okay, so I have more of that cream color paper here. I'm just gonna put this to the side. We're gonna stamp this little guy. Let's do gold and see what happens. And I'll probably heat set it. So hopefully it'll work. Might have to stamp it like a million times. So I'm gonna take my time and really ink this up, because pigment ink always takes a minute. Well, this kind, metallic inks, take a minute to load up there. Oh, and whenever I mentioned the Anna Griffin, these were the old ink pads, and like I said, the new ones that came in the impression set, I don't know what those things are made of. They're mostly water, I think, because this stuff was pigment, and it's, you know, super chalky and thick. But it was also made by Colorbox, so I don't know what the other ones said. I didn't pay attention. Okay, let's see what happens here. This is not going to be good, I don't think. We're going to do it a couple times, I'm sure. Actually, with this kind of thing, I just need it to make the impression because I'm going to put the embossing powder. And embossing powder always helps out. Not good enough. I'm going to remove this. Let's do it again. It did hit all the areas, it just wasn't enough in my opinion. I am really trying to push this thing in everywhere that I can. The other thing I might try, that's better, is using a brayer on this other side. We'll see what happens. Kind of hard to get the ink down in that center area. Brayer, where are you? There we go. Well, I'll use this big guy. Okay, again, pigment ink. Smeary, smeary. This is not as bad though. I don't know if you can see it smeared, but it's not as bad as the other. Oh Lord, okay. I'm gonna put this down right here. Hopefully it didn't move. I don't know if this is a good idea. Oh, it moved already. No, that's the worst idea. Okay. I'm gonna try it again on this side. We're gonna get gold ink everywhere. And why is this happening? Because I just won't get my gold acrylic paint. I don't know. You guys are gonna be like, roll the other stamper over it. This thing, but I need, what's the word? Contact, not just rubbing over it with like a stamping chucky thing, you know? I think that was the worst one. Yeah, I could feel it. Nope. You know what? I'm gonna call it quits on that one. And let's do something else. Let me see, what's on here? Oh, there's nothing cute on there. It's just... So this one, I'm sure will work just fine. Let me show you real quick. I'm not happy with the other one. Let's get some ink here. Cute. Oh, that's so cool. What a pretty design, too. So as you see, once you get to a certain point, you probably would need to roller it again, but you kind of have to do it all in one, or else how are you going to, you know, once you get to a certain point, obviously the ink is second generation stamping. But that's lovely. Look at that. Aww, so pretty. All right. Let me think about what I'm going to do here. I'll be right back. I'm going to try this Imagination Crafts Island Blue metallic paint. Does that look blue? It looks kind of blue on the camera. It's purple. I'm going to put this on a surface somewhere, maybe on here. And if this doesn't work, then I just completely give up. I was going to try some of the other shapes, but I'm like, ugh. Okay, let's get a little bit of this out. I have this little, look how old this thing is. It's like deteriorating. I don't even know. I had a bunch of them from like Michael's from years and years ago. So I have them in a tub right here, like a little cup. And I was like, oh, that'll work. Is this the one that's supposed to be used on candles? I don't even know what I'm using right now. I just saw it there and I thought it was easier. It's very thin. This might not work. We'll see what happens, guys. It'd be cool if it mixes with that gold. Ooh, I thought that was a lot of paint, but I used it all up. We'll see if that's even enough. I think you need to put quite a bit. I have a feeling these you're supposed to use with like fabric, like those batik prints and stuff. I don't know. Ooh, that looks weird because of the gold. Very weird, but that worked better. So, I don't know what I want to do about this. Interesting. So I'm going to fussy cut it. Maybe do I have space right here? Okay. Let's try it one more time and see what this looks like. So yeah, I was trying to fight the paint, but you know what? It needs paint. And also that's too much paint, I think. And I'm kind of pouncing it off because I don't want to put like a big thick layer because it will make a bubble. Just like it paint on anything else. Like in between the designs, you know what I'm saying? The design elements, it'll leave like a nastiness there. Aww. You can hear that this one's a lot juicier than the last one. Right in there, I can see there's too much paint. Okay. Let's try it again. I kind of don't want to press it too hard. Like this one, I did too much, I think. Oh, he's so cute. I missed part of his little bum, though. Okay, I'm going to do one more time, just like you've seen me do, and try not to miss his little booty, and that'll be good. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, that is so cute. And you know what? I keep missing that one section, and it's basically because of the way it's... I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to tell, but it's cut into, so yeah. And these are handmade, or supposedly. So, you know, it's not going to be perfect. What I'm going to do is hit this with a heat tool so I can cut it out, and I'll be back. Okay. I think, like I said, I'm going to fussy cut this guy. And maybe I should have had those scissors ready. And not those. I'll just use this one. It's not that... I still feel like it's a little bit wet, so I'm going to just try to be careful. And again, I think this paper that I use is actually white. I wanted cream colored paper that I looked at. I'm like, I think this is white. But that's okay. So I'm just going to go around. I'm going to completely avoid that middle section for now. And go around the whole thing. And with fussy cutting, like I always say, well, you know what, let's get rid of this extra paper. We don't need that. Pressure with your dominant hand, using your non-dominant hand to rotate your paper. And it just gives you a smoother cut. So I'm applying pressure, but this hand is kind of moving my paper. And you see I move my scissor to come up. But instead of going around something and going like cut, 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 where it's going to have all this, you know, you just kind of smoothly do that. So I'll cut that guy out. And then, oh goodness, I cut a card base 5.5 by 4 1/4, like A2 size, so 8.5 piece of paper by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Piece of black cardstock because I like that look. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we have this thing. This thing. And then I went and looked at I have those rub-ons. These are ancient. I don't know if they're gonna work. Maybe I should try one out, but you know how I do. I'll just go for it. So Wild and Free, I guess, is the best. The other one, the colors are kind of off. Like, I don't know, that's the only other. Smile More. Smile More. Okay, let's see here. So I'm gonna try this one. Oh my gosh. Let me cut this out. And we'll see, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't, then we're just going to scrap that completely and maybe make a different background. Oh, how cute. It does come with like a little plastic popsicle stick that I will keep forever now. This is going to be part of my arsenal here. So, good thing it came off of this. Okay, that's a good sign. Aww. Okay, I like that there. Oh goodness, the reason I'm scared is because like I still feel that this is not dry. And then we have to rub. I'm not really good at this. I never know if like you use the very tip of the thing. I can see that some of it's coming off of the carrier. I can see that some's not. This is going to take me a while, you guys. I'm just going to go rub. You really want to make sure. You can kind of tell if the stuff is off the carrier. Like you can, as you're looking at it, you can see that it's not so shiny anymore. I don't know how to explain that. Like I can see all the pink that's holding on to the carrier. And once I rub, and if that goes away, it looks a little more dull. that gives you a pretty good idea that it is stuck down. And I don't know how to explain it other than that. Like, I don't know if you can even see it. Let me get closer. Sorry, like this one. See how there's a lot of raspberry, very bright right there? But as I rub, it comes away from the carrier and it leaves like a white looking area. I can see some of this does not want to stay down. Do you see that? It's not as here, like here it's very raspberry, here it's a little bit like frosted looking. So that kind of lets you know it's come away from the carrier. This is going to take a while, and then also in the meantime you might even make scratches on your card base. But this is a very big transfer, so okay. And then here, now I'll work on the and I'll keep doing that until I see that every little area looks frosted. That looks pretty good. And I guess we could check just so I can show you real quick. Yeah, look, it's not even... Ooh, nice. Now if you're picking it up and some of it is still stuck to your carrier, just don't move it. Just put it back down and rub. But if you kind of follow like what I'm saying, as far as you can tell, you can see underneath. That it looks frosty. Okay, I'm gonna keep working on this. I'll be back. Okay, moment of truth. I can see it's already like wanting to come away pretty well. Okay, looks good. And you know what? It doesn't look that scraped as much as I was scraping it, you know? It looks pretty good. That looks actually really cool. Because it's matte, which is another interesting thing. Usually we have like glittery transfers or something. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down, and I'm gonna glue this down very carefully. And I'll be right back. I'm gluing this just in case it's still a little bit wet. I just put glue on the back. I'm holding it down. And now that I see where it's at, I'm going to turn it over on a piece of paper and just rub from the back. Okay, I'll be back. You know, it's funny. I was just going to wrap this up and be like, okay, I'm done. Because it's getting hot and, you know, this took me a while and all that. And I was just going to pop this on here. Little cutie somewhere. But I kind of like the card by itself the way it is, just with wild and free and then whatever's going on there. I would put a little more, like I said, if this wasn't smearing on me, I would put more ink on that. So what I'm going to do is take one of these, and I thought, well, he looks cute just with the gold, you know? Put him on here. I mean, there's lots of designs in here, actually. I like that one, though. Actually, they're all the same. Okay. Just put him on here. But you know what? Let's go ahead and add some color. So I'm going to look at this. I'm going to just grab some... what do we want to use? Do we want to use... let's bust out some sparkle inks. I'll be right back. This is going way off the rails of what I thought I was going to do. My whole thing with glitter brush pens, the sparkle inks, is that they are so saturated. So I picked out some really light colors, and I thought it was cute because he's kind of in a light, kind of pastel-y color anyway, the little guy. So we're going to use these guys. These are the first time I've used these. You definitely want to shake them up. Get all that shimmer going. You take this off, you remove this little thing. And then, I mean, I usually would shake it more than this, but I just want to, this is the blue. Just get it squeezed. I can see it's coming out. Look how, I'm telling you, it's so saturated. This is very weird because this is a card base. What I'm going to do is whatever you like to avoid that. I'm just putting that there. Oh goodness. Okay, let me get them all ready. See, it's coming already. I'm telling you, I'm afraid of this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing with these guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think they're ready. I guess I'm gonna start with the blue. I have no idea what I'm doing, as always. Oh, good. So that's kind of why I went with this pastel, because I didn't want... it's always like, woo! It's a lot, you know? I'll go into the Cosmos color. Oh, I like the name of that. See? Look how bright that is. I'm gonna bring that over. Again, suppose these are pastels and they're kind of a lot. This is watercolor paper, but it feels like it's falling apart. And then I'm gonna go into this one. I don't even know what, rose quartz for some reason. Oh, that's pretty. Kind of an interesting color palette that came together in a kit. That's really pretty, actually. I love this rose quartz. Okay, I'm getting bubbles. And maybe go back in here just a little bit with the blue. Towards that pink, just to get a little more purple action going. Oh, look at that. I'm just wiping it off. It was very purple. These are pretty. This is what I want these sparkle pens to do. But normally what happens is it comes out and the color is like just ridiculous bright, you know? I think I did a video one time where I was just like, what is going on? Like, it was just too dark. It was too much for the stamp and everything. This is very pretty. Rose quartz, that's my jam right there. This is a very nice set, and I can see why they put it together. At first I was like, this orange, like, but it looks really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna hit this with a heat tool. And when I'm talking about heat tools, I'm just talking about like this, just a heat tool. And I just go over it and dry it, and I'll be back. So, that worked in that, the very back of the card didn't get thrashed, even the side. Got a little ink there, but that came from here after I removed my paper. It's really wet right here. And look how it poured through the back. So what I probably would do is cut this off and use it that way, not as a card base, because this is not pretty. So you can cut it off and put it on top of a card base. I think that would be really nice. And maybe that's what I'll do. I mean, after all that work, I'm going to trim this down. So I'm going to cut it so that it is, again, the same, 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to cut a black piece of cardstock to go behind that, and I'll be right back. You guys, I love this. Of course. The best part of this was the sparkly inks, but look at that. It does come off on your fingers. I don't know if you can see the little glitter. But, I mean, hopefully people aren't just sitting there rubbing their cards or I don't know. But, yeah, I've noticed that. So, to me, that means it's, what's it called? Mica powder? Or I guess mica? And it is not set, right? It shouldn't be coming up. I mean, it's all over this black paper, and I didn't even really touch it. Look, all I did was put it on top of there. So, this, again, is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we have this pretty paper here that, again, I don't want to touch too much. You know what's kind of interesting? I'm going to pop this little guy in here. Maybe it's not interesting, but for some reason, I'm like, you know what's interesting? Hold on. I'm trying to get the glue on the very edges. Oh gosh, it's already sticking. No, no, no. Ugh, it wanted to stick really fast. Okay, well. I am going to put this on a scrap paper. There goes that. And again, rub from the back. And I was thinking maybe I need to back this little guy up in black. I think it might help distinguish it from the background. So I am going to glue this to this and then fussy cut again. I don't know that I've ever done that. A fussy cut of a fussy cut, you know? Or a double layer fussy. I'm still being very delicate with this. Actually, the paint's dry, but I don't know why. I feel like I have to be very careful with it. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm just gonna fussy cut around the edge again and clean up in the meantime. And I will be right back. Okay. Aww. He just makes him sweet. I'll put that on there, and then, I don't know what kind of sentiment I would put on here, so I'm not going to put anything. It might be more of a note card, as I call them. Whenever I don't put a sentiment, it's more of a note card, you know? Just something pretty, and then whatever you're going to write on the inside. So that was kind of painful. Yeah, I think I'm glad I tried them out. I do like other, like, sewing and, you know, what's the word? Fabric craft type things. So maybe one day I'll put it to work like batik. But for now, not the easiest. Again, I was being, as they say in Spanish, necia, like stubborn to use ink. But yeah, definitely better with acrylics. I mean, we can put this up here and put a little sentiment. I mean, whatever. I kind of want it here. That's where I was planning. So cute. I like that. And then this one, honestly, if I didn't think I was going to put something down here, because that's what I thought I was going to do, I would have brought this down just a little bit more, just so it kind of fits in here better. But there they are. 2 boho cards that took way longer than I thought it would take. You know, I was just thinking about that. I was like, this is taking a long time. I'm like, I think I say that pretty much in all my busted out videos. It just, maybe that's why I didn't use the products after I bought them, because I'm like, this is not going to you already have an idea it's going to take work or it's not going to be that easy. And then we put them away and don't look at them again. But anyway, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.